Hey everyone, it's Jeff from MCS Magazine, and do you have a survival team put together to face a crisis? If so, do you have any rock stars on your survival team? Let's explore. Okay everyone, it's Jeff from Modern Combat and Survival Magazine. We're doing a little bit of a different podcast this week. We're doing a video cast for those of you that are watching on video. And something came up this week that really stuck in my mind, and it relates back to last week's podcast, which was a conversation with Jim Cobb about vetting your survival team, about choosing your survival team. And this week I was with my son's school group, so we kind of do this meetup thing on during the week with other schoolmates and things like that. And there was one kid there that had a guitar. He was playing acoustic guitar. It was really, really good. Like the kid must have been playing for a long time. And so I asked him, I said, how long have you been playing? And he said, 6 months. He's like, wow, you've come so far. I mean, like 6 months, you're playing really well. And here's the thing, I play guitar also, right? So I've been taking lessons for 2 years for acoustic guitar. As you can see my shirt here, shout out to the guys out at South Austin Music. Shameless plug there. But I've been taking lessons for 2 years, and my son I've been teaching him along the way as well. In fact, recently we were flying somewhere. My son and I were we're at the airport, and we were bringing our guitars with us, and we had the guitars on our back, like in one of those backpack carriers that it's a cloth carrier for your guitar. And they were on our back, and we were going through the airport, and it was amazing how much attention that got us, right? Like, especially from women. The girls were looking at them, and I wish I knew that guitars had that kind of impact on women back when I was in high school. My wife's not all that impressed with me with playing guitar. So, but anyway, it was interesting to get that kind of attention because because we looked like rock stars, right? Like my son's got the long hair, and I mean, he kind of looks the part. Me, you know, I don't really look the part, but we were getting a lot of attention. So here's the thing, going back to this school meetup, well, this kid's been doing great with 6 months of just playing on his own, basically, just looking at YouTube and getting some lessons off there. I've been doing it for 2 years. And here's the thing, I suck at the guitar. Like, I'm really not good. And I've been taking lessons about for 2 years, but I don't practice a lot. I don't have natural musical ability, so you know, it shows, right? Like, I kind of piddle around with it every now and then. I'll pick up the guitar. I haven't been taking active lessons. I started off with lessons, and then I just kind of petered out, and it's like I didn't have time, and then so I'm really not that good at all. I mean, like, all right, let me just say I'm bad, okay? After 2 years. So what does this have to do with survival teams? Okay, well, here goes. 3 lessons out of this. Number one, looks can be deceiving, right? So I'm going through the airport, my son and I are going through the airport. We're not good at playing guitar, but people look at us and they see, wow, these guys must be in a rock band or something. They're carrying their guitars with them. You don't see it very often in airports, right? Well, the same thing goes when you're choosing your survival team. Just because somebody, you know, has BDUs, they wear camouflage, just because they talk about survival, just because they have survival food, just because they've got an arsenal of AK-47s, does not mean that they're a valuable person to have on your survival team. In fact, all of those things could possibly get you in trouble if they're part of your survival team. If they're spouting their mouth off all the time about their arsenal, about how prepared they are. Well, you don't want people to know how prepared you are, right? That just kind of makes you a target. So just because they might look the part doesn't mean that they are the part, which is why you want to vet them the way that Jim Cobb and I talked on our podcast, okay? So that's lesson number one. Lesson number two is, I know what I'm not good at, okay? I know what I'm good at also, okay? I'm good at, you know, with my military background and combat experience, I know I'm good with setting up a security plan, a defense plan for a group and for myself and for home defense. I know firearms. I know how to train in firearms. I know how to train in all sorts of weapons, from machete to, you know, you name it. Weapons are kind of my thing, right? I'm also very good at assessing where people are at with their security plans, with their survival plans, with their training programs. And I'm good at being able to devise a plan for somebody to become better prepared, what their next step should be. So within a survival team, I'm great at setting up defense, having a security plan for us, training people on weapons. Training is another aspect that I'm really good at. So all of those things are good things of mine, but I also know what I suck at. Like, I can't build anything. I don't have natural mechanical abilities. I can't fix a car. I can't build a house. So the people on my survival team have those skills, right? They complement my skills. So, you know, I'm just never going to be a contractor. So I have those people. So when you're choose complementary skills. How do you complement the group as well? And the third lesson on it is that just because you're not good at something doesn't mean that you shouldn't be also training in it. So I'm never going to be a rock star with a guitar. It's never going to be me. I don't have that ability. But can I get better at guitar? Yeah, I can. Can I learn how to tune a guitar? Yeah, I can tune a guitar. You know, there are certain things that I can do. I can't build a house, but can I learn to use power tools? Yeah, I can do that. Can I hammer nails? Yeah, I can do that. So I'm not good at, you know, I can take direction on it. I can say, you know, somebody says here, you know, saw this off at 45 degrees and then put these together and build this frame. They show me, yeah, I can help out that way. That way it's not all on one person. Other people, like just my security team, just because I know firearms doesn't mean I'm going to be a one-man Rambo squad for my survival team if we're facing looters or, you know, whatever an enemy force might be if it were a complete collapse environment. But I can teach people how to use firearms even though they're not necessarily, you know, combat inclined, okay? But they can support the team, and I can teach those things. So, you know, you need to know what you're good at, what you're not good at, and also be able to cross-train in those. You all want to cross-train as well. Okay, so those are 3 lessons that I thought were really interesting based upon my really sucky guitar skills. All right, so go ahead and assess your own survival team, who you need on it, what you're good at, what you need to, and then have a cross-training plan as well with what you're not good at. Okay, and until our next Modern Combat Survival broadcast, this is Jeff Anderson saying, train hard, stay safe, prepare now.